Tackling. That's the biggest reason why we lost some of the games that we had. The Browns game could have simply been won on tackling. They ran for over 150 yards on us in that game, and we could not get Kareem Hunt on the ground. And that was a huge reason why we lost Bengals game. Although Joe Burrow had a really good game against us, throwing 19 completions, Joe Mixon also had a really good game as far as keeping the ball on the ground, keeping them honest, making sure that our defensive line stayed where they needed to be. That's the biggest thing for our defense. I feel as though that when we don't tackle, when we don't get guys on the ground, a lot of the missed tackles that we see aren't necessarily in the open field. I mean, they used to be when we had Isaiah Oliver out there. It used to be. But a lot of the tackles that we see are in the backfield, right? Guys getting there too soon, guys whiffing, Fred taking half a man instead of meeting a guy head up in the whole square. So for me, if we're technically sound on defense and coming off of a bye, we're a nasty bunch. So tackling is a huge factor for me.
Okay, that's a good one. I got one. Okay, so when Niner fans get real adamant that they're going to win this game and it's not going to be close, what do they always point to? What is deficient with the Packers?
I don't know. Tell me.
Their defense, their run defense.
Oh yeah, well their defense is very bad.
Stop the run. They just can't stop the run. It's not even worth considering that the Packers could win this game.
They're like 28th in the league at it, Grant. They're bad.
They just can't stop the run, right? So then the Niners need to be committed to it. I've seen the Niners so many times where we've been told, you know what, this is Christian McCaffrey. They're going to go into Philly. They're just going to run over this team. They're going to go and face the Ravens. They're just going to run over the Ravens. Ravens can't stop the run. Oh, but Kyle Shanahan decided he wanted to pass that week. Don't do that. First play of the game should be a run. If you commit to that style of game, you'll win. But I don't know, man. The Niners, the 2023, 2024 49ers, they really want to prove that they're not the old run-first team held back by Jimmy Garoppolo anymore. They have the best quarterback. Chase Young called him the best quarterback in the league yesterday. Like, yo, run the ball. Stop telling yourself that.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. That's a very good point. Getting away from the run game.
They do.
I have one. We need to see Nick Bosa. We need a Nick Bosa sighting.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs.
Paying him a lot of money to show up.
Yeah. I'm walking on eggshells on this topic because he has had a good season, right? But you can pay quarterback money, and the last thing we need right now is for Nick Bosa to be struggling against Zach Tom, a 4th round pick out of, Wake Forest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can't happen. I understand that the defense works as one, and Nick Bosa is definitely going to have his moments, but in those gotta have it moments during the playoffs, we know that Nick is going to get chipped. We know that they're going to game plan for him, but I kind of want to see some Superman shit. Like, we need to, our $34 million man needs to be shown in the playoffs. Yep.
Love it. I'm going to go back to Brock.
Okay.
Not to single you out. You're just the quarterback of the team. You've had a great year. Hell of a player, man. It's just this gunslinger mentality. Like, leave that at home for a day. I don't think you're going to need it. It's going to rain, most likely. Your job is to manage the game. Please. Because Love has. The last 10 games, what he's been doing is making some plays, but essentially not turning the ball over. You turning the ball over. And it's cost him. Like, when you turn the ball over, Niners are 2-4. When you don't, they're 10-0. So, or something like that. Yeah, because you didn't play week 17. Yep, week 18. That's the stat. Just don't turn the ball over.
Okay.
It feels like a game where the Niners are really more likely to beat themselves than lose. And beating themselves is synonymous with you throwing interceptions, because McCaffrey's not going to fumble, most likely. I mean, it's going to be you. Just don't. Be careful. Play within yourself.
I got another one. Don't lose your identity, man. Like, start fast. Don't understand that most teams are going to realize that the further the game is played, the more the more susceptible they are to losing to us. And I feel like that's what happened to us last year against the Eagles, where they just beat us to the punch. They were way more intense than us from the start. They were faster. They were way more attentive. They got on top of that. We missed that challenge with Devontae Smith. They ran on top of it. They understood to get up on us quick. They just were aware of the moment, right? They just understood what was happening right now. And I felt like for us, in a way, we felt like we got 4 quarters to be us. Let's just fill this one out and see what the game gives us. I don't want to warm up to the game. I really kind of want to wipe these dudes out. I want us to start fast. I think it's imperative for us to start fast. No, like 3 and out. I don't want to have like 2 to 3 and outs by our defense, and then we all start tweeting, well, hey, how much longer is the defense going to keep being able to get put out there? You know what I'm saying? And then we get against a team that they're known for taking the air out of the ball. That's playing into their hands. We got to start fast, because if we start fast, then what happens is that we dictate and then we speed them up. And that's not what they do well. They don't like to play fast.
Okay, I got one more. They got to keep Jordan Love in the pocket, because like they're not the kind of team in the past when you'd face them with Aaron Rodgers, it was just like shut down Devontae Adams, will be good. The team sucks. He's not going to beat you throwing to Alan Lazard. But that team is not like that anymore. You can't just put Travarius Ward on one guy and feel good. You could put him on Romeo Dobbs and they could go to Jaden Reed or Dontavian Wicks or their tight ends. And I think that's what makes them a tougher matchup for the Niners defense. If you let Jordan Love extend plays, he can find whomever Ambry Thomas is covering down the field and make that throw. He has the arm to do that. So, I mean, I know he's new and he's unproven, but don't mess around and find out. Keep him in that freaking pocket. Make him get rid of the ball quickly and on time before the pass rush gets him. Don't let him extend plays because he'll beat you. He has all the talent to beat you in that way because other players have beaten you that way too. Just keep him in the pocket. And that's like, don't be greedy, thirsty to get sacks. You don't necessarily need to do that. Pressure will do it. Keep the guy in one spot.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah. Yeah, he kept his eyes downfield. Yeah. He got outside of the pocket, and it's not really the rushing that hurt us with Lamar. It was the fact that he got out of the pocket at will and kept his eyes downfield, right? Over half of the passes that he made were just, scramble drills, to be honest with you.